decided we were going to adopt kind of right around the first part of our marriage. Of course, I thought we were going to have a biological child first. And one day Jessie came home from work, and the first thing she said was, "What if we adopted before we had biological children?" And I said no. A couple weeks later, a few scripture verses later and sermons later, I approached her and was like, "Well, tell me more about this adoption thing."
I think for me, my love of adoption really started when my cousin Megan was adopted from China. And I just remember I was 18 years old, and I remember the first time I met her and just being blown away at how much I could love this little person that had traveled halfway across the world to be part of our family.
First time I held Cooper, I mean, he was screaming and snotting all over the place, and he was just crying so much because he didn't know us. But then once he got to know us, I could see his personality come out. Whenever we were sitting in a pizza shop in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, he finally got to taste a little bit of pizza, and he finally got to be around us and see us in a normal setting, and his little personality just came out, and it never went away. It never went away from that point forward. Well, flying home, meeting family for the first time. I have a picture holding him up above my head, and him just squealing at the top of his lungs. And just, I just remember feeling like a father for the first time. It was really cool.
So the first time we went, we got to meet her and hold her and play with her. And we had to go to court to give consent that we were going to adopt her, and then wait a few weeks before we could get her visa and return back to Ethiopia to bring her home. She was 4 months old when we got her a referral, which was the information we got, a couple of pictures of her and her medical information, and we found out this is who your child is going to be. And she was just this scared little 4-month-old, real startled look, and we had just 2 pictures of her. And throughout the process of waiting to go meet her, we didn't get any other pictures of her, and she had really grown and blossomed. And I remember by the time that we got there, the orphanage director brought her in, and Josh and I kind of looked at each other like, is that her? Is that beautiful baby our daughter? Because we'd been staring at this little picture, but she changed so much, and it was just incredible meeting her for the first time and just looking at looking at everything about her, looking at her little feet and her fingers, and studying, the curls in her hair, and just the redemption that happens when an orphan becomes part of your family, and just to see them grow and thrive when they are loved and when they are surrounded by not only a mom and dad that love them, but siblings that love them, and extended family and church family that love them and just pour into them and invest in their lives. The adoption process from China, there are 2 different tracks that you can be on. There's a healthy infant track, which if you've ever heard about a slowdown in China adoption, it's referring to that process. And that process can take 6 or 7 years. But we are on a track specifically just for kids who might have some special medical needs. We don't know exactly what kind of special medical needs we'll be taking on, but there are so many kids waiting who have some kind of even minor special needs, and we feel like we can provide what they need. We're happy to do the doctor's appointments and the visits or the therapy visits that they need to really thrive and to grow.
Probably the most challenging thing about international adoption would be the cost. The paperwork costs a lot because there's in-country staff, there's adoption fees, there's just a lot of people, and also a lot of that money that we pay for the adoption goes to help the children in the orphanages in the country there. So that's probably the most challenging part of adopting an international child.
We expect this adoption to cost about $30,000. That would kind of be the baseline if travel fees aren't outrageous at the time that we travel. So $30,000 isn't manageable for us, but fortunately you have a lot of people who I think rally around the cause of adoption and really believe in orphans becoming part of a family. And so I kind of visualize it as some of our friends and family linking arms with us and just bringing this child into our family. It's not just us, but there's all these people who are working together to make this happen.
Yeah, it takes a tribe. I'm real excited about adopting from China. I'm seeing all of the children with special needs that's just waiting for a family to say, "I choose you," is exciting to me. That we get to go there and say to this little boy or girl, "I choose you." We just really want to thank you all for being such a big part of helping us build our beautiful family. We know that we absolutely could not do it without you, without your love, without your prayers, without your support. And so thank you so much for all that you do for our family.
I really look forward to the day that we can share with our new son or daughter all of the people that played an important part in helping them come home and helping them be a part of our family. And we will always cherish your support.